Video log. Thursday morning. This is not Thursday morning, but this is the end of the trip. We're watching everybody get all cleaned up and everybody turn their stuff in, and we've got to leave the boat in a few minutes. We'll take time to do our audio log, video log for Thursday morning in the Bitterroot Yacht Club. It was still raising hell out there, so we didn't rush off. Our friends took off and left us that morning. We waved goodbye to them, and then we hung out there all day long. Right. We went to. What did we do? We went down to the beach.
Well, yeah, we had a slow morning on the boat, just having coffee and breakfast, and then we went down to the beach. And we ate dinner the night before, but I think we talked about that.
We already talked about that night with on the 51-foot cat. Yeah. So we went to.
And then we met some new friends, the hippies, the pot farmers from Colorado.
That's what we did when we went to the beach. That's exactly what we did. So we took our drinks up there. We were going to sit on the beach. That's what it was. Yeah, we met them guys from Colorado. They were funny.
Our pot farmer friends.
Yeah. We got along with them good and hung out with them, and then the races started.
They were doing Hobie races.
Yes. And I got involved, of course, because they asked for anyone who wanted to sail. Any volunteers? And I volunteered because I'm like that. I like the Hobies. I like to race. Especially
so they
the
had
dinghy races.
More people volunteer and want to race than they had Hobies, so they split them up into even numbered teams to do just relays.
Right. So we did a relay race. One man out and one man out and back, and then tag team, take off and do it again. We did six runs out to the second mooring in the channel, and it was kind of a shit show. The first guy we had dumped his boat and couldn't get it back up, so we thought we were completely out of the race altogether. Done. No big deal. We were having a good time, so nobody thought anything about it, and we just kept racing. The one girl didn't have enough experience, and she was not comfortable, so she was going to go with somebody. One of the guys stepped up and took her. They went out.
So the guy did ride the boat, though. He did eventually make it back, and they swapped off.
Well, of course. I mean, it was taking him forever, so we thought we were out of the race, which is no big deal. He was going to get it back eventually, and he did. But the second guy went out, took the girl. They had a really good run. He dropped her off and did his run, and he had a really great run. While they were out, the guy that I was standing next to, the fifth man, right? That's 3, 4.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because you were the sixth.
Who didn't know there was I missed somebody in there.
Well, you only had 16 members.
Well, right, but there was the girl and the guy that went together, and then the one that flipped the boat, me, and the other guy. That's only 5. So I'm missing one person in that mix. I can't think what they look like. Anyway, so the guy that was standing next to me, I asked him, I said, so do you have much experience sailing? I said, how long have you been sailing? And he said, today. so I figured, okay, we're even going worse. At this point, we're gonna be dead last. But I gave him some pointers, and he went out and did really well. I was amazed at how well he did. And then I came into to the end. I was the ringer, and I came in and brought it home, and amazingly, we won. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. So we won, but after that, they decided they were going to do a skipper race. Well, I didn't realize we were in this little flotilla thing. Turns out.
Sponsored by Sun Odyssey for all the young cruisers that are YouTubers.
So there was a bunch of YouTubers, lots that we didn't know and a couple that we did.
All around us, and we just didn't realize
we
that's
had
what
no,
was happening.
Yeah, we had no idea, and I was right in the middle of it. Eric, the Viking, was there. I don't think he was racing, but he was there.
Yeah, he wasn't racing, but he was there.
Yeah.
Laura Decker was there.
Laura Decker was there, and she was racing.
SV Delos was there.
Yeah, I think they might have been racing. I'm not sure.
What was the 2 girls that one of them split off and kept the channel?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The 2 sisters, the 2 blonde
Oh,
sisters.
the Spirit Animal. Yeah,
Yeah.
we saw them once or
And
twice.
We Sail was here, and so just a bunch of
Below
some of them we
Decks.
didn't know.
Yeah, a bunch of guys we didn't know. Sailing Bubbles. Yeah, a bunch of people that we didn't know, but after looking a few of them up, yeah, they got a little story. They got a little thing going. But anyway, so they asked for skipper meetings, and again, I didn't know any of this was going on. I just thought these were people who showed up at the club because they saw that there was a race, and a bunch of people came off the moorings and just came down for the race. And it turns out I'm kind of crashing their party, and and I was representing Nashville, and I was representing on Jack Daniels. So, so I jumped in there to be the skipper race, and we were all lining up there waiting, and one boat was having trouble, and they couldn't get their boat out. So they couldn't get it was a rudder tiller problem or something, but they couldn't get it out. And they finally looked at me and they said, "You're not part of the group. You're gonna have to give up your boat. You can't race." And I was like, "What the fuck are y'all talking about? What the fuck do you mean I got to give up my boat?"
Still not realizing.
I was in this group, and then I realized I'm looking around and I'm like, everybody's looking at me. I'm like, okay, this is their group. I get it. Okay, if it's your group, I said, fine. I said, that's fine. I said, but any one of you motherfuckers want to take me one-on-one, whoever wins this race, I'll take you on. And I started to turn it over, and they said, "Oh no, wait, we got it fixed. You could race." And of course, guess what? Stomped that ass. And they were being nasty after that. When I realized, I was like, I didn't realize.
They all pushed every one of the Hobies
Everybody got
out
a push
except
off.
for Wayne.
They got mad at me because I started turning the boat in the direction of the water, and I was alone. And then as soon as they said go, everybody jumped up there and pushed everybody else off. So I was the last one off the damn beach. And I was like a big chump in the back. And I still ran up their asses, rounded the mark, and raced a couple of them to the back to the beach. And just one of them actually shot up on me. I guess he had a really good mark rounding, but I stomped his ass. Tuned that bad boy and ran it right up on the beach. Number 1, baby, Nashville, Tennessee. But you know, as much as I may have made a few people smile and laugh, I also made a few enemies in that crowd. They weren't real happy with me the rest of the time. So
Well, one of the other skippers was like, "How did a hillbilly from Tennessee come up here?"
yeah.
Now he wasn't part of the flotilla either. He was the captain.
No,
for
he
the
was
hemp
he was
farmers.
one of them that just came off his boat.
Yeah.
I know. He just came off of his boat. That's what I thought the whole thing was. I thought it was
Yeah.
just a bunch of people who were there and came off their boats, off the moorings, but yeah, he was just a guy that was visiting. So, and we were just people that were visiting. And they did open it up to everyone. We weren't, but they were obviously cliquish. Their little crowds, all YouTubers, they're special, and we were invading their space because they were invited, and they were special because they were invited, and we just happened to be there. We were nobodies. So it just felt like that. It was like a weird little high school cliquish thing. It was strange. But anyway, we spent that night with a couple of people who were on the fringe of that whole thing. They had a bonfire. It was good. Had a few drinks with some folks and had some good conversation. Met Laura Decker. And Christy met Eric. Went up and talked to him for a second. And then, yeah, it's a good night. Called it a night and finished up another bottle of Jack. Yeah. So, yeah, we picked up an extra bottle of Jack in Spanish Town while we were at the baths. Took a cab ride over and got it. So that was a half gallon and a fifth that I drank. And then we had one shot left for the next day that I kept. And I woke up hungover the next day. But that's how we ended our day. It was a good day. It was a lot of mixed feelings, lots of high emotion. It was good times. Day out.